conflicts of interest. The polling data these days does suggest that Donald Trump is in a hole and is probably not going to win the
Yeah, and
election.
I don't trust the polls this year, to be clear. I don't know, because I think there are an awful lot of white people in America who, underneath their skin, they don't want to sit next to a black person or a brown person or a yellow person on an airplane. But go ahead.
If he were to win the election, what sorts of conflicts of interest would you see? And what do you, from your knowledge about the Trump University case, where do you see that going?
Let me deal with Trump University first. There's a whole long section about Trump University in my book. As a matter of law, I don't see how Donald Trump gets out of the Trump University mess. It is a bait-and-switch fraud from beginning to end, and the Texas Attorney General's staff, who were denied bringing litigation against Donald, civil litigation, they laid out the defenses he would make and showed why they wouldn't stand. So I don't know what he's going to do there. There are 3 lawsuits, 2 class action suits and the New York State Attorney General. You'll also read about a campaign finance contribution that the IRS should have shut down the Donald J. Trump Foundation, but they've done nothing because guess what? We've stripped the IRS of assets to do its job and staff to do its job. On the first part of the question about if Donald gets elected president, conflicts of interest are a minor problem. Let me give you the big problem. Let me give you the big problems we'll have right off. Okay, Donald called me April 27th at home to tell me that he'll sue me unless I write what he likes. I've been doing this almost 50 years, from the Santa Cruz, California City Council to the White House. He's the only politician who's ever told me that ever, and I've ended the careers of a fair number of both Democrats and Republicans. If Donald is elected, first of all, I absolutely believe that some federal agency will start causing me trouble because Donald's going to use the government to go after the people he doesn't like because that's how he sees the world. And I talk at length about his personal philosophy. He's written about at great length, which is revenge. He's the only person I know who says, I'm a Christian, whose whole philosophy is destroy other people. Secondly, I would mostly be worried if I were a senior United States military officer, and I think we can reasonably assume that the men and women who are in the Situation Room have all pulled out their law books to have a precise understanding of what happens and how you refuse an illegal order from the commander-in-chief. Because this is a man who's talked about, well, why don't we use nuclear weapons in Europe? Those are our allies. We're going to torture people. We executed Japanese officers after World War II for waterboarding people. These people are not going to commit crimes that put them in jeopardy of their freedom and their lives, and that will be a crisis because Donald will order them to do these things. And if you see him fire one general or admiral, that's when you need to really get worried because of the implication of where that's going. Okay? Sir.